Hello and welcome back to the second season of Seattle Supersonics, where we are rebuilding the newest old team in the NBA, the Seattle Supersonics. Now, looking back at last year for a recap, we were truly the team of destiny. We made it to be first seed. We started the playoffs pretty well, but then we lost our best players. Didn't have a point guard for the majority. We were able to beat the Nuggets in 7. We are able to beat Dallas in 7. We were able to beat the Warriors in 7. And then we get to the finals and we lose to the Timberwolves. Now, this year, our goal is to fix that issue, and we're going to get better. So, start of off season, cool on the points. We'll do whatever. Arena renovations. We want Seattle fans to be happy. Retirements, LeBron, Chris Paul, Conley, Horford, Batum, Love, Westbrook, Jordan. Anybody? Patrick Mills, shout out to Patty. Corey Joseph, shout out to Corey. Kelly Olynyk from Spurs in here. Bojan is off the books, so that's good. Now staff retirements, Luke Walton, that's cool. We have Russ getting retired by the Thunder. Surprised we didn't retire. Can we retire him? I'd retire his jersey. Derrick Rose for the Bulls. Chris Paul with the Clippers. I'm surprised that's the only team he got. He might be a Sun. He might get the Suns. And then LeBron with the Heat, Cavs, and Lakers. League meetings. We're going to reject everything. We don't want to alter any of that. Now, draft lottery. This is important. Let's see where the picks are going to be. See if there's any potential trade up opportunity. We're picking at pick 29 currently. But could we make some moves to get rid of some people? Now, some people that I think could potentially be trade bait, Dyson Daniels. He had an all right year. Had he not gone down, I think we'd been in a different conversation. Simons, for sure, although he really carried us in the second half of the playoffs. Rui, can we move him? Let's see who is in the draft currently that we think we might want. Now, obviously, there's a big three. But who can really be a franchise player? I think Wilson, a Cuff, Wagler has had a great last couple of games. Flemings, Mikael Brown. So there's real stars in this draft. Cole Pete, Braylon Mullins, Nate Ament, Ade Mara. There's some real guys in the draft. I definitely want to move up from 29. Now, where we do that, that'll be... Let's just see what the options are currently. What about like 15? Nothing for 15, 17? Nothing for 17. What are the Venom up to? They do Kalkbrenner for Oso. Now, this is actually a deal I consider, but I think Kalkbrenner could be our future, so we're going to say no to that. Nembhard had a great year before the injury. We'll keep that. Simons, like I said, could be a guy we trade, but I don't want to give up 2 future firsts. Rui, now we're talking. Rui is definitely a trade candidate, although he had a great year. 12 points per game kind of was a stopgap, but at 9, what can we really get? So I think we'll revisit this if we see anybody start to fall that we really feel strongly about. And then if we do, then we can make a sort of move that can maybe help us elevate the team in a faster way. Drew Gonzalez I have faith in, so we're going to keep that. Future pick for 19. We need more young talent. I'm actually okay with this, so we'll do that. Can we trade Rui for maybe a pick? Because I'd be 1,000% okay with that. Jalen Green, we're okay. Tyrese Proctor, that's fine. Nothing of note so far. Sam Merrill. Maybe Moose. I like Moose a lot. Would be a great young player. I think that's actually something we'll look into. Ronald, Maxime, I'm actually a fan of that as well. I think we'll actually do Moose, though, just because 2 firsts from the Spurs. I think the Spurs will continue to be good, though. 2 firsts from the Warriors, but they're later. Do we do Moose or do we do right now? I think we're going to do Moose. So, Moussa Diabate, welcome to the team. He can go ahead and play the 4. I think that's a big upgrade already, just from a ceiling perspective and to get us more for the future. Now, staff signing, Jake Thomas had a great first year, but I think Missoula's here, Will Hardy's here, so we're gonna make a coaching change. We'll see who we can bring in. So let's go ahead and throw an offer at Missoula. Let's throw an offer at Hardy. Anybody else important that we can bring in and maybe develop the players we have. Oh, I saw L. James thought it was LeBron. I was ready. If we could have got LeBron, I would have done it. Darvin Ham. We don't want our hands in pockets. So I think, we'll take Oliver Gordon as well. So we'll go ahead and bring in Will Hardy. Missoula, does he have a better offer somewhere? Is that why? Looks like it. So our head coach is Will Hardy. We're going to go ahead and give him extra staff and then even more staff. Our team doctor is bad, so we're going to change that. Our assistant GM is bad, so we're going to change that. Let's see who's available. You're not good at business. Do we have any that are good at business? That would be ideal. That would be the ideal route. We'll go at Dion Daly, CFO. Sure, where head scout. Sure, you're good at your job. And then best doctor. So we get all the people we need. We have our staff figured out. Now onto the draft. Let's look at the mock real quick and see who they have us taking. So Cam Boozer goes 1. That would be surprising. Peterson, DeBansa, a cuff. Wagler, Ademara, he rose. Caleb Wilson falls. If Caleb Wilson gets to like the 5 or 6 range, I think that might be somebody we trade up for. We have Yaks at 12, Braylon Mullins at 11. Who do they have us taking? Koa Pete. I'd be fine with Koa Pete. I think he could be a potential game difference maker. He's a 75 overall. Okay, so Koa Pete, Nate Ament, definitely talent down here, which makes me believe we don't necessarily need to trade up from 19. But like I said, if Caleb Wilson starts to fall, I'm 1,000% with that. Darren Peterson at 2, DeBansa at 3, a cuff at 4, Wilson at 5, Mara at 6. Now who's available right now? Who do we pick currently? So Mara, Wilson, a cuff. I'm not sure. But I want to pick earlier. So what is Milwaukee up to? What's Milwaukee value their picks currently? Because I'd love to get back in the round. Anthony Simons, I feel like we might have hit his ceiling, so I wouldn't be opposed to that. Kalkbrenner, we want to keep around. Nemhard, we want to keep around. I think we'll do this first pick just because Simons is not somebody that I am extremely excited about. Steinbach goes. Isaiah Evans goes. Mikael Brown. I think we're going to target definitely a point guard here. We'll see if there's any great trade offers first. Derek White would be cool, but he's getting older, 32. Yannick would be cool, but we don't really need that. Now, this is interesting. I'm going to go check the guards available, but I would be down to do that trade because Darius Cuff is who we originally came in here wanting. Let's see who's available. So Wagler's here. So I think Wagler is 1,000% going to be the pick. We're not even going to think about that. Keaton Wagler, you are now the face of the franchise. Be prepared. Nate Ament just goes. Probably would have been a pick. Braylon Mullins goes. Probably would have been a pick. Should we double up on guard? Now, Cameron Carr, I think, has done really well. Kristen Nack. Kareem Lopez would be interesting. JQ. I'm going to go with Braden Burries. We're going to rebuild the backcourt. And then with our last pick, kind of throwaway. We'll go with Alex Condon. We'll bring in the 7-footer just for some size. And there it is. So our first draft class, Wagler, Burries, Alex Condon. I'm very happy with all 3 of those. Let's go ahead and change some positions though, because actually I'm fine with this. I think Tristan De Silva will probably That'll be somebody we move, maybe for backup 4. Tyson, the Silver Rush are going to let go. Mamo, we're going to let go. That's fine. Harden declined his offer, so Harden will be there. Trae Young as well. I don't think either of those are players we really want. What we can see, though, Caleb Love we will bring back. Durham, sure, we'll bring back. Oh, that's interesting. Jalen Duren is in free agency, but he's a restricted free agent, so that's an option if we want to just rebuild quickly. Nembhard, Mitchell, Wagler, Burries, Daniels, Tyson. So I'm happy with that, but I think we're going to move. No, I'm actually okay with all this. We need a backup 4, and we don't really have someone that can play the 4 on this team currently. So actually, let's go ahead and throw an offer at Walker Kessler would be good. Kristaps Porzingis, if he's good to play, that would be awesome. Let's throw a deal at Jalen Duren and see if we can kind of entice maybe him to come back and be the star of a franchise. I think that'd be great for us. Player option, no trade clause, if we can. Now, where does this offer rank for what he has currently? So the best offer for him by far. So we'll see, does he agree? He does agree. So we'll see if we can actually get him or if the Pistons match. And the Pistons do not match. So we just signed an electric player in Jalen Duren. I think that means we can move somebody to the 4. We'll move Cornette to the 4. But we just got our franchise center. Jalen Duren is young. He's only 22 years old. 17 points, 12 rebounds. This is an absolute gem for us, and he's going to be the face of the team. We're really building up the lineup, and I think in a good way. Now, what do we have left to get? We could upgrade at the backup guard spot. I'm not very big on Davion Mitchell, so let's throw a deal at. Should we do Gillespie or we'll do Kobe White? Sounds like a good deal to me. And then are there any 4s available? Tobias Harris would be a good vet for us to get. Guy Santos, Oldman, Harrison Barnes, Kendrick Williams. We'll offer Tobias Harris. And I think if we can get either of those two, we're in a great spot. So Tobias Harris goes back to Vegas. We can throw a deal at. Should we do Dominic Barlow for the? No, we can get a vet. We'll get a vet. We'll throw a deal at Williams, 2-year on the minimum. If he accepts, he's going to the Kings. So it's not necessarily a 4 that we want, unless we want to go small ball with Aaron Wiggins. I'm a fan of Gary Williams. Are there any 3s we can move to the 4? Big Drummond, or we can go the younger route and go Day'Ron Sharpe, who's an absolute stud. Caleb Love's preparing to get a deal. We'll match that. Day'Ron Sharpe will sign. And I think we've done all we need to do, honestly. I think we've done all we need to do. This team should be good next year. We have Jalen Duren, Dyson Daniels, Nembhard, Jalen Tyson, Kobe White, Kalkbrenner. And I think we set up to where we don't need to be the best team in the league year 1. We'll move Davion Mitchell to the 2, and he can be a backup there, or we can get rid of him if he has any market. But I'm happy with what the team has done. And we just have to hope that we'll move Sharpe also to the 4. I think Cornette, let's see if we can get anything for Cornette and Davion Mitchell, because I think both of them have kind of seen their way off the team. So Luke Cornette on a big deal, and then Davion Mitchell, both could go and be somebody else's problem, really. 2 first-round picks from the Bulls, I think that is a definite yes. I'm not, unless I get blown away by something else, but that seems like a great idea. So we're going to make this trade. We now have some trade ammo. We have 3 firsts for next year from us, the Blazers, and the Bulls. Very excited. So, there goes free agency. There goes player development. And then we'll advance to the start of the season. I'm very excited for this team. I think getting a Jalen Duren type player unexpectedly. All right, let's see. Who should we get rid of? Getting a Jalen Duren type player unexpectedly is the best thing that could happen for us in terms of development. Taurean Prince, you are perfect cut opportunity. We'll keep Alex Condon just for the vibe. Hope that he can develop a little bit. But yeah, so for this draft class, 2027. And I'm excited. Now, the real thing will be, can we get a leap from maybe a Dyson a little bit? Let's see what the tendencies look like. We're going to give Duren some shots. He's earned it. Dyson, we don't need you to shoot as much. Let's get a great year out of Duren. Tyson is our second best offensive player. And then we'll go up. We'll bump down Kalkbrenner a little bit. And then where's Wagler? Wagler, he's already pretty high. But Wagler, we're hoping can be a star for us. Let's see the roster and the rotation. We'll go with the 10-man to start the year. Nembhard, Hugo Gonzalez at the 2. I think we're going to start Wagler. Just because we just drafted him. And we'll see how this develops. So the lineup to start the year: Nembhard, Wagler, Daniels, Daron Sharp, Jalen Duren, Jalen Tyson, Kobe White, Diabate, Kalkbrenner, Max Strus. Hopefully this lineup can help us maintain what we had last year. This is interesting for Herb, but how much is Herb making? I think we're okay after last year's performance. So let's start the run. What does success look like? I'm not sure, because you don't think that. I mean, I wouldn't go into the season thinking we're gonna have the same success we had last year, but I definitely don't want to be 1-5 currently. Yes, we have Kobe White off the bench. Now, why are we doing bad when the whole lineup is hot? I have questions. Nembhard was 15. Okay, so it's not him. Daniels was 12, shooting much better from the field, so clearly getting better there. Tyson was 17. I'm not really seeing where the struggle comes from. Wagler is shooting tour dates, so that's not great. Jalen Duren is 24, 11. He's going to be an absolute star. And then Kobe White in a reduced role is not great. I'm not sure why we're not winning, but there we go, getting a win off the Cavs. Diabate is back. 3-8, 4-8. We're not doing great. I'm hoping that we can overcome sort of this early year slump. I think it was just because it was a new lineup. And it looks like we are. The chemistry is going up. We're 11th in the power rank. And we're starting to go on a little bit of a streak, which is good for us. I think getting Jalen Duren this early gives a real shot at. They really want to give us Keyshawn George. This is actually an interesting trade. Would I do this? How many? 15, averaging 16, 4 assists, averaging 17, 5 assists. We'll take Nembhard. But I think in real life, AJ Mitchell is probably somebody you'd want as a franchise player. So I could understand that. And as soon as some good happens, we got to get hit with some bad. But Tyson is there, which is what we want. Wagler's getting minutes. This is going relatively well. Hopefully we can continue to keep winning games. We dropped one to the Thunder and a close one, 132-133, so you can't get mad at that. And we're back to business, 19-10, 20-10. I think we're in a position where we don't need to make any big moves, except for contracts. We'll check contracts, see if anyone wants to leave, but I'm feeling good about it. We don't really need a backup center. I think this Jalen Duren-led team is going to hit its peak potential, and that's kind of what we need to happen. Jalen Duren is the best player for the team. Now, in real life, do I think Jalen Duren is going to be able to lead his own team? I don't think so. But if you get him with like a pass first guard, oh, now this is interesting. Şengün, no thanks. Wagler is our future, so we're going to go ahead and keep him. But that's a good chance to stop and take a look at the team and what we're doing. Jalen Duren, 24-10. Nembhard, 17-5. Tyson, 17. Kobe White with 14. Kalkbrenner, 10-6. Moose is doing fine off the bench. Daniels is out, obviously. Strus has been all right. Wagler, 9 points, 2 rebounds. Hopefully the assist goes up as his usage does. Caleb Love has been a good backup point guard. And let's see if we can get any of the contracts done early. Who needs an extension? So Moose is not coming back. If that's the case, we can trade you. If he either refuses to resign, is there a power forward that we can get that wants to be here? Barlow, we thought about him before. I think we're okay. Jalen Smith, could he play the 4? Not really what we need. Kelly Oubre is an interesting option. I'm interested in that. Dennis Jenkins, Norm Powell makes too much money. We don't like the woman beater, so we're okay there. Return of the Vooch. Oso Digidoro is also very good. I think we're leaning towards that first offer. Obi Toppin's good, but I think we're going to go with that. Bryson Tilley's interesting, but we don't really want to develop. We want a play-now player. Phylon is good. Mamu doing better over there than he was here. I think we do Kelly Oubre, and Kelly Oubre can play the 4. And I think that helps us out in a big way. So we're going to keep simming. Chemistry is doing well. Tyson is protected. So is Nembhard. I don't think we're going to make any trades at all from what we have. Reeves is already digressing from his 88 overall to an 84, so we're good on that as well. Ayton, no thank you. Trade deadline. Let's just see. Is there anything of note? Can we get anybody on maybe a sleeper type deal? Anybody that maybe is disgruntled? Denny, he's on a super cheap deal, so yeah, they're not going to be able to part with him. Klingon, so we're not going to do that either. What about Scoot? What's Scoot doing right now? Boozer, all right. AJ Mitchell's the best team. The Vegas team is old and expensive, so I can see why they're not doing great. Sar would be good potentially, but we need a little bit more offensively from him. I think we're going to go and look at Houston again, just because this is what we've been trying to do. Where did Russ go? So Russ is gone. So we can't bring Russ for the experience. So Durant's going to test free agency, which means he should be available. Tyson, Duren, we're not going to give up Duren. Yeah, can't give up Duren, although this deal would be electric. So I guess no to Durant, but he's testing free agency this year, which means we have a shot at him, and I think we'll go for him for sure. But no trades to be made. We're going to keep pushing along. 7th in power rank, 4th in conference rank, where we want to be. And just like that, our best player defensively is back to help kind of anchor that front line. And then Wagler definitely is going to get minutes over Love. So we'll fix that. Yeah, so hopefully we can keep building. We lose a close one to Milwaukee, and then hopefully we can build up a streak. And as soon as I say it, we start to lose again. I don't know. How do y'all feel about the NBA's? All right, yeah, we'll make that. How do we feel about the NBA's thoughts on defense? I've seen a lot of discourse about Wemby and him asking for MVP, even though he got asked the question, and kind of the idea that defense isn't as important. We're gonna get some Hugo Gonzalez minutes. So okay, that's fine. He's played 1 minute. He scored in said minute, so that's cool. I think it is funny that people are upset that defense is being valued. I think Shea has had a really good year, though, but Jokic is an absolute cone on defense. He gets attacked every night. And as Wemby said, defense is half the game. So, I don't know. That's my take. That's my thoughts. Anthony Edwards won the NBA Cup MVP. We are absolutely humming, second in the conference, third in power rankings. We dropped one to the Warriors, but other than that, we've had a great March. We dropped another to the Warriors, so hopefully we don't play them in the playoffs. That seems like a matchup we don't really want. Oubre out for 2 to 4 weeks. That is a tough one. Wemby wins MVP. Darren Peterson wins Rookie of the Year. Sixth man goes to Kevin Porter Jr. Wemby wins Depoy. Most improved goes to Duren. First Seattle Supersonic to really make some noise. John Morant, Clutch Player of the Year. Mitch Johnson went 61-21 as the Spurs are the first seed. And then Keith Pierce, that is us, Executive of the Year. We did it. We got better, and teams saw it. So, we have Wemby, Cade, Jokic, Ant, Luka. And then after that, we have Shea, Tatum, Paolo Banchero, Şengün, Darren Peterson. Where is, and there he is, Duren, Maxey, John Morant, Devin Booker, and Bam Adebayo. All defensive. Do we have Dyson here? We have Wemby, Bam, Azar, Kessler, Amen. And then we do not get anyone on defensive. We have, Evan Mobley, Jalen Williams, Mitchell Robinson, Nick Claxton. All rookie first team. Peterson, a cuff. We could have had to trade for him. I mean, absolute stunner season, 16 points, 4 assists. Mara, Debansa, Yaks. And he didn't make a team at all. I'm surprised. I really thought Wagner would be there, but he'll be better in the future, which is fine. There's Boozer, Mikael Brown, Caleb Wilson, Christian Anderson, and Thomas Howe. So I'm actually surprised Wagner didn't make it, but that's okay. For the playoffs, we're going to go with the 9-man rotation. Nembhard, Kobe White is going to play off the 2. He's shooting really well. Dyson Daniels. Sharp is doing well. Duren, we need some big play out of him. Tyson off the bench. Could have been 6th man of the year, in my opinion, averaging 17.5 off the bench. Kalkbrenner, Caleb Love, Max Strus, and that's who we're going to go into war with. Wagner maybe could play over Love, but I think Love is more playoff ready, and we could use his shoot. Actually, you know what? We make a big move. I think it's worth it. Let's bring in the big dog. Wagner will get some playoff time. So, we are the 2nd seed. We end up going... Let's see where we end up going. 55-27. That is good for winning the division. And 2nd in the West. In the East, Minnesota again on their reign. Just clearly the best team in that conference. So we'll simulate the play-in. The Pelicans beat the Thunder, but then the Grizzlies beat the Clippers. The Thunder beat the Grizzlies. So we avoid OKC in round 1. The Spurs will have that matchup. Go ahead, enjoy that. We get New Orleans, who, do they still have Zion is the question. Jeremiah Fewers, Trey Murphy, Sadiq Bey, Zion Williamson, Yves Missi, DeJounte Murray. So they really made no different trades or moves. They just got older. Cam Thomas, Jordan Poole, Micah Peavy. Where is Derek Queen? Derek Queen all the way down here. Herb Jones. I think he's out or he's injured or he just is not good. But anyway, so we go to game 1. We lose 151-134. We won game 2. Kobe White is injured, so we'll go ahead. We're not going to put Hugo there. We'll put Wagler. Wagler will get a starting run. We lose game 3. How did Wagler do? Wagler was 19, 9 of 13 shooting, but Zion just had a great game, which is unfortunate. We lose game 4. I'm not sure. The coach really wants to put Hugo in the game. Is that the risk we take? He's averaging 50 from 3. Maybe we just need shooting. What's the reason? Why are we not performing? I'm not sure. I mean, everyone seems to be leveling up. Caleb Love is not performing, so we're going to take Wagler and switch him for Caleb Love. Is Strus not doing anything? Is that a reason? Yeah, Strus has been bad too. In 15 minutes a game, he's averaging 2 points, so we're going to take Strus out the lineup. And because Kobe White's out, we actually will put Caleb Love back in. But Strus, you're good. You're doing more than enough by not doing anything. And let's go to Simcast. Hopefully we can force a 3-1 lead. We come out blazing, winning the quarter 35-16. All we have to do is maintain. Up by 4, up by 8, up by 3, up by 2, up by 3. And we win game number 5. Now to game 6. In New Orleans, can we come out hot again? We do not. But we come and take the lead back before halftime. Up by a couple, up by 5, up by 7, up by 4, 3, and we force a game 7. Now, Kobe White is back. How's Hugo done as a starter? Yeah, no. I'm not sure why they want Hugo to play this much. But we're just not going to do that. And then Wagler, how's he been? Yeah, Wagler's by far been playing better, so we're going to keep him. Let's see. Through the sim, lose the first quarter. Can we have a strong second? We do. It's close. Tied. We'll take the lead. As we get close, down by 3, let's hop in. Now, I haven't played 2K in a while, so I might be washed, but it's game 7. Let's see, we're on offense, we're on offense, so let's see if we can make a move. Sharp beats Zion off the dribble, and easy shot there. Now, what is this lineup? Let's get the starters, please. Let's get the starters, please. Kobe White misses. And we're out of timeouts, and I didn't realize. So, that was a mistake. Luckily, Cam Thomas misses, but that was a real mistake. I wanted to get the starters in. We got the starters in. So, we wanted to really get the playmakers who can make a difference. That might be a game-losing mistake, but that's on me. Can we get Nembhard to get into the paint, make something happen? Sharp beats Zion again. If Zion's going to be playing this high, we're going to attack Zion every single time. Can we get a big play here? Here we go. DeJounte Murray off the dribble. We're going to play off Zion and hope he doesn't go through. Dyson Daniels make a play defensively. This is why we have you. Get Sadiq Bey out to the perimeter. 3, 2, bad shot, and we get the ball. Can we go score? Can we go score? We're going to take the first available good shot. Jalen Duren inside, best player, and that's a terrible look. Just absolute bad look. Jalen Duren with his 5th foul. Can Zion miss a free throw? That is what we need. Okay, so Zion misses. I think we're going to play through Nembhard, take the first available good shot, not try and force it to Jalen Duren. 12, 10, Duren, and we will hopefully be able to force overtime. So we can do it based on, actually, what difficulty is this on? It's probably on an easy difficulty if I'm not sure. Let me know down below if you want more or less gameplay. I don't want to alter the series too much, but it was 3-1, close game. Cam Thomas with a near dagger shot. So what do we do now? I think we give it to the rookie, Wagler, and it's late. Cam Thomas makes a... I was talking about overtime, thinking that it was just a guarantee, and Cam Thomas makes an absolute dagger to end the Supersonics season. We go out and get Jalen Duren. We make a splash play. I thought we got better as a team, but clearly there needs to be changes. One of them, I think, might be Mr. Daniels. Wagler, after an offseason, will be a lot better. Hugo Gonzalez hasn't really done much for us, but maybe progressive. Braden Burry's like for next year, we need that. Max Struess really let us down, and then Kelly Oubre being out, I think, had a negative effect as well. Tyson will take a step. I think Dyson Daniels, he might be best if he wasn't on our team. Sharp did awesome, and the role he had. Duren and Kalkbrenner, real staples of the team, but we lose in round 1. Let's see who wins the championship. Cooper Flagg versus Anthony Edwards, and it is Anthony Edwards winning the second year in a row. The Wolves are the perennial winners in this conference. Well, we go out and get Jalen Duren in free agency. We make a big splash play. Kevin Durant is testing free agency. Do we bring him back? Let me know. Would you bring back Kevin Durant if you're the Supersonics? Let him kind of rebuild there where he doesn't have the OKC bad blood. That'll be it for me. We lost in the first round on a buzzer beater to Cam Thomas, and they made it to the conference finals, so they weren't bad. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like the video if you're new. Subscribe if you're new. Comment down below anyone you want me to go target. And let me know what you think is going to happen to Seattle in 2029. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day, and have a good one.